Speech, 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 speech.
He says I've been speeching all day.
Where are you?
Or somebody can sit here. You can sit there.
I'm sitting on it. Carrie, you want to sit on this?
You don't have to stand.
We have small buttons.
Like somebody asking me to do the Gettysburg Address off the top of my head.
Wow.
Well, you know, to me, the really delightful thing, and I have it with you as I have it with my...
It's okay, Bob. We love you too.
We know you hire out for weddings.
We do.
I think I was telling Betty at noon today that you don't want to invite me to a wedding.
Yes.
Because when things are beautiful,
We love you. Hey, Bob.
Oh, God.
True artist.
Yeah, boy.
well, you know, this planning this thing has been just a bummer from the beginning. And I don't know if some of you may know, I know Dave knows, that I came down here to see a place that was a substitute for a kiln, where I had kiln for so many years, and it was just automatic. We just knew what to do. And so they showed us a place called Scripps. And so we went down to see it. And it was so dark in there. And the ceiling was dark. And they had little amber lights here and there in the ceiling, which hardly lit anything at all. And so they tried everything they could for me to see if they could make it work. They would, of course, they wouldn't paint the ceiling.
That would have been a
During the
major
painting,
help.
and they wouldn't allow me to hang sheets along the side of the wall. And so anyway, after that, and they were hoping I was going to take it, and there were sleeping quarters right down around there too. And so I couldn't do anything. And so time went on, and the administration told me that they made it their, what do they call that, when a company has a goal to do the best, to make the best thing their target?
With their mission statement.
Their mission statement.
They made it their mission to find me a place.
That's good.
Yeah. And
They should, after all these years.
How many? 30 years he's been coming here?
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah, they should. They should.
So,
Yeah.
the first couple of years I came down twice a year. Came once in the spring and once in the fall.
Wow.
Great.
And so they found this place, and they sent me photographs of the interior. And of course, the interior is all set up with tables and nothing like an art studio would be. And it was hard to really tell, where you're going to put the model and all this stuff. And then when it got to be we had to have a smaller room than we had before, was how many people can we fit in here? Right. So we did without the model stand. And then I thought we were going to have I have a director's chair, a canvas one which raises you up like a high stool. And I thought about that because I had used that once before. But then when I started thinking about, you really, I know when I want to do a portrait, give me a minute.
That's all right.
I always get to know that I'm working with, and I want to get to know them, and I want to see them. I don't want to see them up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I don't want to look down on them. I want to look at, straight in the face, and really get to know the person and see them the way everybody else sees them, not up on a pedestal. So we got rid of that, and that saved a lot of space. It saved a lot of grief and a lot of my concern. So that was good. And so it just really worked out, you know. I took the measurements of the room and thought where I can put, oh, and of course some of you know that this was supposed to be limited to 10 people.
Yeah, so 3 need to go.
But we wouldn't have wanted anybody that was here to not have.
Yeah.
No, we
This is
have
a
this
special group.
perfect group.
Yeah, can you imagine those 13 people around one model?
That
Your
would-
choices aren't very good,
No.
and some of you would have to be in the back.
The back.
And what I've learned over the years is particularly people that are trying to learn to draw the face. When they're in the back, they can't see
Yeah.
that much. So you got to be up close. So I was just, I've just been elated all week with it. You know, with what Asilomar has done and what you're doing. And you know, it took a little guts to make you guys draw.
Yeah, it did.
Actually, I'm really glad because I never have time to develop a drawing because I'm slow, and we have like less than 3 hours. I'm really glad. Of course,
Yeah,
now
well,
that we're
you know,
doing this,
And that's another thing I see
You know?
with the usual demonstration that's done. You know, the artist does a demonstration, and half of the people haven't really explored what drawing is like, and they're far away from doing a portrait and painting.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It's been
Exactly the way
perfect,
it was.
absolutely.
And there
So-
hasn't been too many people in the room with the 2 models.
Huh? No.
I think it's been comfortable with the
Yes.
2 models and all of us.
And since there was no model stand, I had to limit myself just to portrait.
Yeah.
You need a model stand for a figure, otherwise you couldn't see the feet.
yeah.
With all
Well,
the
next
pieces.
year just do figure.
Pardon?
Next year just do a
Yeah,
figure.
next year we could do that.
I'm very happy now, it's a good idea, sitting there looking up somebody's nose myself.
Yeah.
You know, we're always going like this.
Yeah.
Or it's the foreshortening.
Judy didn't know I
Yeah,
even knew
chin,
how to make
nostrils.
another nose. They were always, because I'm so short wherever I am.
Nostrils right between the eyes.
Yeah.
So do you know the answer to this question? Or not question, this statement? That's my tale, Nightingale. You know the answer to that?
No.
Well, here's my story, Morning Glory. Typical Dearborn corner.
The Brits don't get that.
Oh, I love
If we got a little more time, we were gonna put in big red letters, Bob Brock's boot camp.
No more nice guy.
I wanted to add that.
Well, I think some hors d'oeuvres should be here by this time.
Yes?
Pardon?
Are you ready for some?
Sure.
Okay.